And I believe we're live. Not done this for a while. So, how was you? How was everyone? I like to do a you because then when you're watching, we think we're talking about you. As my watch now tells me, we're going live. Anyway, it's a Friday. We've made it. I've not done one of these for quite a while, so I thought I'd catch up with you guys. Yeah, been not too bad. Been putting the old videos out. Struggling with work. So let's have a little catch up and a little at least a little chin wag on different bits. So yeah, it's been full on at work, as I express quite often, and it don't seem to be getting any lighter. So yeah, it's been a bit full on, and actually, I will be quite glad of the holiday in just over a week's time. Although kind of a work and holiday because we're doing YouTube. So, but yeah, I'll just be glad of the holiday. Anyway, how has everyone been? Hi, Ruth. How's it going? I thought I'd do one of these just for a quick sort of half-hour catch-up, but not done a live for a while. So, cheers for that, Ruth. That is much appreciated. Let's just drop Ruth a message here. Yeah, it's been a bit full on, but like I said, we'll just be glad for the holiday, I think. So, although it was, like I said, kind of a working holiday. More details to come very soon, as we're not very far away now. So we're about maybe trying to think what we are now. Time's getting there. 23. So I guess we're maybe about a week and a half away. So we're going to take you with us on the journey. There's going to be a few room reviews and other bits and pieces. So I will tell you and let you know about different bits as we go. So just to give you a little hint, I haven't told anyone yet. So a little hint we're going to be traveling down to one place before we fly off to the next one. So I will be taking you on that journey from Norwich all the way down to London Gatwick. And then we'll do a room review while we're there. We'll split it in kind of two. So we'll do the journey of us going to Gatwick, and then we will do the separate room review while we're down there. So it should be all fun. More to come and more details to come later. I don't want to spoil it for everyone. So yeah, so it should be good. Anyway, so how's everyone been? I've got to admit, I'm either getting old or I'm getting old. So, but I've got to admit, I just feel bloody knackered all the time now. I just feel like about 10 years older than I am. Yeah, so you don't like to say you're stressed, but I suppose kind of you are really. But anyway, enough of that. You don't want to hear my whinges. So, yeah, the channel's kind of coming along. The sub count's going up a bit. We're kind of getting there. It's still, I think we're lacking a bit. I don't think we're kind of getting to where we'd like to be. We've been doing this not quite a year yet. We're getting there now, not too far away from a year. So, but yeah, we will plod along. More coastal journeys to come. I wanted to try and capture. I kind of left the coast till it warmed up a bit, sort of as we know around Easter time. But I thought I'd capture the coasts kind of this period of the year where it is starting to warm up, but it's just kind of before season where everyone's off. I'm thinking May. Next thing you know, that'll be July. That goes that quick. So I thought, well, I'll go around to these places now. Then you can kind of see while it's a bit quieter and you can film a bit easier for people, but you can show them a bit more. So, so we're slowly going around at the moment, kind of around the Norfolk coast, but I am looking at some visits along the Suffolk coast as well. So stand by for them. So yeah, captured another church this week to join the old church catalogue. And like I said, we've got some other outings to come, but I'm maybe gonna do them once we're back off holiday. So we'll probably look in about a month's time where we've possibly got some other different places we're going to capture as well. These are kind of paid places, and I wanted to save my pennies for the holiday. So, so not being monetized, obviously you have to balance the old books out slowly. So yeah, but it's like I said, weather seems to be picking up a bit. We do have a few of the odd days where the weather's not great, and yeah, it's slowly getting there, if we can say that. So how has Ruth been? What have you been up to today? Anything good at all, or you've been chilling out, taking it easy? You perhaps want to, because I've got to admit, sometimes the job I got, you admire some people who don't have to, maybe do kind of as much all at once as I feel that I have to do. So yeah. Now, filming, yeah, we're like I said, still going with the iPhone kit that I'm using at the moment. So it seems to be okay. I think the DJI stuff maybe works a little bit better with them, but truth be told, there's times I do miss my Pixel phone. I don't like to admit it, but I do a little bit. So don't tell Apple that. Oh dear. Anyway, now some sad news for people who have perhaps watched the lives that I do. So I'll get there in a minute. Now you might have known that I did used to show on here the two cats that we had, and unfortunately the male cat Merlin passed away a little while ago. About what was that, about a week or so ago, we unfortunately had to make that decision, as every pet owner hates. So, done the clean job and applied for trust. Oh, that's good. Yeah, keep in there, Ruth. Keep applying. Yeah, so unfortunately, Merlin was getting on a bit, and he did have a few kind of difficulties and symptoms, as we can, and issues, as we all do as we get older. But yeah, he unfortunately he did have quite a bad night one night, and it went a lot further than it was. So yeah, we after not a decision that you want to make, yeah, we had to unfortunately make that decision. And unfortunately and sadly, Merlin's no longer with us. Although he is kind of spiritually with us, but not with us. So not physically. So yeah, so it's just to let you know. Obviously, he did appear on some of the lives, and I know some people did comment on there, and I wanted to. I didn't particularly highlight it at the time, but I just thought I'd let you know. So yes, he's on his long rest now, as we will all be at some point. So yeah, but Pixie, the other cat, she's still with us. She's hanging in there. So, so yeah. What else has happened? Well, yeah, just really getting excited about the holiday, really. I suppose. Apart from endless work, yeah, we've been, like I said, been out on a few trips, and I've been looking at a few kinds of other places I'm gonna film, but I'm holding a few bits off now in a kind of a way, just until we get the holiday done. But yeah, I've got a few places in mind. Plus, we've got Norwich to finish off. I've got King's Lynn to finish off, and then once we've kind of got them done, we're going to move into Suffolk then, because there's numbers of places that I want to start filming around them. Hi JBM, how's it going, mate? So yeah, so a number of places. we're going to visit. We're going to try and hammer out Suffolk. So yes, it should be all good. But like I said, I'm just trying to hold some bits off until we've done the abroad trip now, because that's gonna take no doubt lots of video editing, as I'm sure JBM will be able to tell you. So yeah, but like I said, the abroad trip, I'm trying to keep it kind of quiet until you kind of stopped watching the fears they're fake. Yeah, I could comment on there, mate, but I'm not as experienced as you. I'm early days. So. Well, I say early days. I've nearly done a year. Yeah. I totally agree, mate. There is a number. Actually, there's a number that I used to watch, and I'm afraid they've got a bit too clickbaity for me. And they kind of keep it. See, I try and I know you can only do so much, but I try and vary it if I can to a point. We're not all hugely financed, if at all. So I try and vary it so I'm kind of going to different places. I don't want to start boring people, but I do find some of the clickbait gang seem to keep going to the same places. They just seem to have this list that they just keep circling around the same list. Just saying. So, so yeah, I thought I'd try and vary mine up and break it up, and some bits I've done where it's not necessarily a travel video, and we just throw in a little ad hoc different thing. It's not that I want particularly to go into them areas, but it's just to kind of break it up, really. So yes, we've got a number of kind of reviews coming up, sort of what we're doing locally, or I say locally within the county. Just until, and then obviously, like I said, when we go abroad, that'll be lots of videos that we'll put together, and we'll literally show you everything on my trip as we go around. I've never been to this place before either, so that'll make it even more hilarious when you're trying to film it. So, but it'll be interesting. It'll be fun. It's what it's all about. So, get bored of people doing the same old places, video after video. Yeah, to be fair, mate, I always try and find somewhere different, and I've even been scouting around on my trips with work, like I did. Was that last week when I suddenly come across this building? Never been. I just happened to be out there with work, and I thought, well, that looks different, and we went and had a look around. So obviously, I don't want to bore people with churches, but I'm also trying to catalogue different bits for archive as well. And I try and throw different things in. I've got a few more other concepts I just want to put out there, mainly just to break up the travel videos, if anything. So it's not necessarily that I want to go into that field, because some stuff I do, and like I've always said, I'm not going to sit there and turn it into a bloody history channel, because I'll leave that for the experts. They know what they're talking about. I'm just there for the walks. But yeah, and what I do find, I could be talking complete crap. I do find when you get some of these top end tubers, that's they nearly end up like the bloody corporate videos. And I'd rather spend lots of time looking at the smaller YouTubers, up and coming ones, and yeah, it just feels more realistic. So yeah, Tenerife, I did as mainly because I've been there a few times and wanted to do it. Two, I just thought we'll get it filmed. It's done. It's not one of them places I'm going to keep going back to again, because I have to bloody finance everything myself. So it's not what I'm going to do. To me, it's done. Yeah, totally agree, mate. It's been so hammered with everyone, really. I kind of want to capture it for the family as well, so they've got us. But like I said, yeah, that one's done. That's been and gone. So Blackpool, yeah. Now, do you know what? Blackpool, I've been there once. I kind of feel guilty in my early 50s now that all the places in the UK And do not, there's absolutely loads of places I've never been to. How bad is that? I suppose I'm not the only one. I suppose there's lots of people in the country not been to other places. But yeah, Blackpool, I've spent a week there when that was with work. Many yonks ago. That would have been about middle 90s. So yeah, so I had a week there. But never been there, I suppose, socially, if you want to put it that way. I've never been there kind of holiday or anything. So I wouldn't mind. See, I've always wanted to go kind of Lake District way and up that end. Never really covered anything in life. I've only ever been through there once, really, and that was after we had a week in Edinburgh and then come down around. Yeah, I do find. I'm not going to say I know Blackpool that well because I don't really. Like I said, I've only been there once, but I do find when you get certain tubers, they kind of go to the same place as in Blackpool. Yeah, and that's why my filming of Norwich, I've broke it up into lots of bits, just like I have with Kings Lynn as well. And I've tried to do it in segments, but try to capture as much of that segment, or certainly, I suppose, kind of the key places. So I will do a bit of research to kind of find where I want to walk. I don't know whether that's how you do yours, but that's how I've done mine. I kind of find some key places, then I break it up because you can't do these towns and cities all in one anyway. So yeah, so I've got a few more bits. Like I said, I need to do at Kings Lynn. I've got a few more segments to do in Norwich. So yeah, we will get there, and then I've got some other places we're gonna have a wander around. So, and that's going to be even better because kind of at the minute I've done sort of places I know. Kent. Well, funny you mentioned that, JB. I did think of doing some bits around there. I have got family in Kent. So it's I kind of cheat a bit because I kind of do stuff when where work sends me as well. So that tends to help. So but no, certainly, yeah, I want to I might do so. And like I said, funny enough, we're kind of out that way in just over a week's time. We'll see what we can do with anything. Oh no, that's gonna be time permitting. But yeah, like I said, there's absolutely loads of places that I'd like to do. Some places I don't know what it's like out there, knowing what I hate to say crime is like and that sort of thing, and having kit out. I am a bit wary that way, but we will see what we can accommodate. So, like I said, I have got a few booked places to do this year. I find 4 channel doing lives late work better. Yeah, I'll keep meaning to. I'll try and have to. When do you normally do your lives, JBM? I'll because I think they are late at night, aren't they? So I'll have to see if I can nip on one of them again. So, but yeah, I thought I'd do this little catch up. I normally only do these for about half an hour at the moment because I know I'm a lot smaller channel than some of the others between 9 and 11. Oh, right, okay. I will be on the lookout for your next one. When are you likely to do your next one? Do you have set times for them? Mine, I kind of either do it on the weekend or this sort of time, but it is trying to get it around work and everything else. So yeah, right. I've got to go. See you in. Yeah, catch you soon, JBM. Thanks for popping in, mate. Let me just. well. So don't forget to give us a like if you can on it. Anything to push the old channel around. And if anyone is in the chat or viewing, don't forget, click on to Ruth and JBM's, give them a sub, and yeah, help them all along. We're all here to help each other along. Need as much help as we can get this day and age, I think. So, and they did want all this, and I haven't even had a cuppa yet. How bad is that? You know, this is the home of the cuppa, the home of the channel of the cuppa. So yes, it's Friday, so it's my debate to try and do a little sweepstake and guess what time will Tesco.com deliver this day on this Friday. We will see. They do have a set time, but they either do like to come early or a bit late. So oh dear. But yeah, so we're going to be out on the coast this weekend. Tomorrow, I think we're going to let me do our famous let's check the weather app time, because we like to see how it's normally wrong. So where are we? So great. Tomorrow we've got an 80% chance of rain. So that's just what I need for filming, that isn't. So yeah, the whole this weekend looks like it's going to be rain. Cool, you can tell us a bank holiday weekend, can't you? So actually we've got a whole week of rain coming up. Just as bloody well we won't be in the country soon. He says. So yeah. Oh well. Well, we will see when's this likely to rain. Yeah. Well, as usual, about the time I want to film. Yeah, I think I will need my wellies for tomorrow. Thanks, Mother, for popping in. Yes, just what I need when I'm meant to be filming on the coast tomorrow morning. So that could be a bit of a wet one, but we're going to get it in anyway. We'll film it somehow. So, oh dear. You're welcome. Yeah. Yes, it is Friday anyway. That's one thing. So, but on the plus side, because it's been so dry, the grass ain't ready grown, so that's saves cutting that. Another little job out of the way. So, but yes, like I said, we normally do these for about a half hour, which is what I'll do, and then everyone can crack on again. I just thought I'd just do a little quick catch up with everyone, and I hope they've been enjoying the church walks. We've got a cathedral walk coming soon. Might be even looking at that next week, but we'll see how that goes. Again, as usual, it's bloody weather dependent, and unfortunately, it looks like we've got 7 days of not great weather, actually. So, although he says, I think Monday isn't too bad. Monday may be okay, so that may be the day. But there, we will see. So, yeah. So, does anyone else have any other questions they want to fire at us, or ask how everyone's getting on, or anything at all? The floor is yours to answer any questions. So, now I have made that dreadful decision that you didn't want to make. Not the cat one. No, that was a dreadful decision. But a decision where I have decided, and I haven't secretly told Microsoft yet, that I'm going to be leaving them. So, so at the moment, as we know, the cost of everything is going up and up, and unfortunately, I feel at the moment that I'm subscribing to about 1 million cloud storage places, and unfortunately, we will have to be cutting back. So I've been doing that lovely thing that a lot of IT people don't like to do with migrating data. And knowing the ache that it is to do it. So, but yeah, the decision had to be made, and unfortunately, Office 365 will have to depart from my company. So not my company, but my company. Yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, from me. So yeah. So the decision's been made, and I'm afraid we're going to be leaving OneDrive and Microsoft services. We're going to be doing this in a few stages because there's some other bits we're going to be leaving as well. But unfortunately, you know, you have to keep the old finances up to date. So yeah, so there we go. And I will break it to them next week that I will no longer be there. So we're just emptying out OneDrive slowly but surely. We're nearly there now. But it's yeah, it's quite tiresome. So and you hate to say it, I didn't think I'd ever say this, but it's convenient that actually Apple seems to be one of the cheaper ones. I didn't think I'd ever say that, but yeah, looking at it, Google's bumping their bloody prices up as well. So some decision there might have to be made, but yeah, I know we've all got to look at our own things and cut where we can. Obviously, while we're being hammered elsewhere, obviously we're not going to talk about that on it. So yeah, yeah, had to make that decision. So unfortunately, it's didn't mind. Like I said, didn't really have any problems with them, but unfortunately, you can't pay for everything. So yes, it's got to go. Anyway, and on top of that, we decided to get rid of Sky as well. We're going to keep the internet, obviously. If not, I won't be able to speak to you. But but I'm afraid Sky didn't really want to help us out and do anything and do any deals or that. So I'm afraid they had the notice put in and they'll be gone next week as well. So normally I'm pretty certain in the old days you used to, you know, that they'd help you out a bit, but no one seems to want to anymore. So yeah. So I'm afraid again decisions had to be made, and that they've been given the axe. So that'll be them gone as well. So thanks, Guy, for doing no deals whatsoever with us. And I'm sure we'll live without it. Thank goodness for YouTube. But yeah, and it's funny to see some of terrestrial TV seems to be doing a little bit of a clear out as well. We won't go into any details, but I just noticed that they are. So, but you can always check out online media, and I'm sure they'll give you up to date. I don't do that sort of thing on my channel, so we're just here for walks and wandering around. So, but there. Anyway. Well, does anyone else have anything they'd like to have a little natter about and a little chat about while we're here? We've got a few more minutes to go. A few more minutes before we hang up everything, really. And yeah, and then I'll have to get on with something as well. So, but yeah, I will. I'll keep you all posted because, like I said, we've got quite a bit booked in about a week's time. So early June. All kicks off on the 5th. Yeah, I'm afraid, like I said, Ruth, in the old days, they would kind of do deals with you and that. But after two or three phone calls, we had negotiating. That ended up actually going nowhere. So I'm afraid they had to go. Unfortunately, you can't run anything. Little tip, what we did, the same services pretty much that we had with Sky, we could get through Now TV, which is the same bloody company, but we could get it for a lot cheaper. So that's what we're going to do. We've got Apple TV anyway. So all we do is put the Now TV app on the box and we'll just watch Sky for that instead at less than half the price. So even that's hilarious because it's the same company. So I'll let you work that one out. But as we know, all this media, at some point, all this old TV, as we know then, is going to go anyway. Let's face it, moving forward, the modern way for media through a TV is going to be through apps. You can already see they're already got their apps running. They finally got there, bearing in mind they've had to catch up with Netflix and Amazon and Disney and that. But it's all just, sooner or later, you're just going to get these smart TVs, which are always ahead of the game. you'll just click onto the app station you want to go to, and then you just pay for it or you don't. And that's how it's going to be. I saw this years and years ago coming, and it's now kind of getting there. And unfortunately, the old TV side now trying to play catch up, and it's a bit too late, really. And while they keep pumping out certain things, I'll put it as that, yeah, and I think they're getting the tail end of it, and people are leaving. And people, the market will end up and decide what's relevant and what's in, because that'll be the ones that people will pay for. So, and unfortunately, I hate to say, the mainstream channels are now starting to realise that people don't want to watch it, and they're going elsewhere. And you've got so much choice out there now, so that's what people will do. Anyway, enough of my little news channel there. But yeah, that's what people will do. So, and to be fair, when I'm on my own, I actually watch YouTube more than I do anything else. So I'd rather go and sit there and watch all these smaller YouTube channels who you can tell are either very low monetized or not monetized at all. And to be honest, it's a lot more truthful content they put out than the crap that we see on telly. So, but there we go. That's my little worldview. So I will leave it with you. Right. Well, we have come to our end of the show. And show. Listen to me. Anyway, that is the end of this broadcast. Still got no bow tie. No bow tie. I'll think about that next time. Anyway, thanks for everyone who's joined in, who's contributed. Don't forget, check out Ruth's channel and JBM. Give them a sub, give them a like, watch some of their content. It's really good. And yeah, give them a watch. Anyway, I will leave you guys in peace on this lovely Friday. Well, it's still not raining. And I will see you all very soon. So take care. Have a lovely weekend, and I will catch you very soon.